Senator Bernie Sanders visits Ottumwa, Iowa. We saw on the political action site of Anita that he was going to be in Ottumwa, so we went there to tell him about strongmilitary.org and 28pages.org. Ottumwa is known as the hometown of Radar on MASH and is the video game capital and Hall of Fame.
For the top 2/10 of 1%, the millionaires and billionaires. So that's what this campaign is about. It's a campaign over national priorities and over values. And what we believe is that our government should be working for the middle class and working families of this country, not just for the billionaires. All of you who have studied history understand that change, real change, whether it is the civil rights movement, the women's movement, the gay movement, the environmental movement, whatever it may be, real change never comes because some guy sitting in the Oval Office or someplace else says, oh, gee, I think it's a good idea. That's not how change comes. Change only comes when millions of people stand up and fight back and demand their human rights. And that's what this campaign is about.
Don't know if you use wonderful. They rob from the floor and then let's go. Hey. Enough for on Social Security is the point that you should read. Okay. Thank you so much. High School. Go ahead, YouTube.
Senator Harkin visited Fairfield, Iowa, where they have, if on your way, take a look at this. These are the Golden Domes, where our largest group invitation for peace-promoting defense.
Can I thank you, Mr. Sanders? Good. Thank you.
Okay. I'll send it to your office.
Okay.
How is resistant?
The light looks so frightening.
Yeah, baby. Do you want to go?
Great.
I don't know how to take it though. Just push the button. We'll make this quick. Sorry, everybody. I hope it took it. All right. Okay, very good. Oh, I don't know how many I took.
Also on a different topic, remember the 28 pages that Bush classified about 9/11. So if you bring that out, that'll discredit Bush entirely. Senate Bill 1471. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Senator.
All ready to make a little bit of history?
Yeah!
All right.
Away from Bernie!
That's president.
Or you should just find me out right there.
There was a young man from the local paper. Yeah. I'm high school right now. I would like that. Maybe a few. How do you the issues that we are raising, which is the need to create millions of these jobs, the need to raise the minimum wage over a period of years to $15 an hour, the need for pay equity for women, the need all of those issues and many more. We need not to cut Social Security, but expand Social Security benefits. We need to demand that the wealthy and large corporations pay their fair share of taxes. All of those issues appeal to people across the board.
Also, second question, how do you attract young voters, and how important is this demographic?
How do we attract young voters? We are, as one of the surprises of this campaign, frankly, of the number of young people we are seeing all across this country. And I think what young people understand is that they are the future of this country. And if we don't get it right, if we don't transform our policies in terms of climate change, pay equity, jobs, education, student debt, they're going to be struggling throughout their lives. So I've been very impressed and delighted by the number of young people who have come into the campaign that are actually volunteering.
All right. You've talked about how your momentum is outdated.
What it means here, these are all the supporters, these are all people who are going to be volunteering. And the challenge now is to make sure that we effectively put them to work, which is not so easy. So we need a sense of organization here and around the state so that we have people out knocking on doors, making phone calls, distributing literature, talking to other people. It takes a lot of work, and we're in the process of doing it and made real progress in the last couple of months.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, thank you all.
Thanks, everybody. Remember, Route 1, you can see the Golden Domes at Fairfield, Iowa, and 28pages.org.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a quick
Great. Okay, smile. All right, great. Good.
Thank you.
I'm ready. Senate Bill 1471, 28 pages. Discredit Bush.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give him help.
Thank you, Senator. Good luck. You're the man. All right. There we go. Well,
into the movement of people and how to get them from one place to another.
all right. Fellow Bernie supporters. Yeah, I'm from Bernie. This is where Bernie was meeting. All right, vote for who? Bernie. Okay, great.
After Senator Bernie Sanders' rally in Ottumwa, Iowa, we spoke with Suzanne Malveaux, a beautiful reporter for CNN, White House correspondent, and Harvard graduate.
Why? Because I feel like there's more people in the middle class that feel that.
CNN.
Oh, wow. Great.
This many times.
No, well, you're on the international version or the local version?
National.
Steve will end up on the cutting room floor.
Process and so on. So it's issue for me, not personalities.
Do you think it's kind of gotten too much into his personalities, caught up in what we see with like Trump and Hillary Clinton and all this out there?
Especially the media who, People Magazine or whatever it is, other things you do, you play up.
Very nice. Actually,
Okay. So
yeah, I was telling
Yeah.
Senator that Senator Harkins was going over Fairfield, Iowa, which is was on his way to Burlington, I was suggesting that he take a look at these golden domes where 2,000 people meditate, which has an influence to help raise collective consciousness and provide an influence of defense. So I hope he'll stop by on his way through Fairfield.
Yeah. Well, that's good to
And
know. Thank you.
I've been following the candidates as I can around. I went to see Donald Trump, and I saw Bernie at the state fair.
What did you think of Trump?
I like his independence and everything, but his kind of warmongering when he never enlisted. I was in the Marines for 2 years, and it's just he's chicken hogs.
Yeah.
It's just otherwise he'd be pretty good, but he wants to invade.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't we learn a lesson?
Yeah. Right.
And I also asked Bernie had a really good chance to suggest that he sign on to Senate Bill 1471. Have you heard of that? That's
what is that one?
That's to release the 28-page chapter that George Bush classified about who funded 9/11. How could they buy airline tickets or take flight lessons or anything like that without funding? So I hear that it may have. Well, that's what they put on Fox News, that Judge Napolitano, that they came through the Saudi government. Yeah. So if the Saudi government was financing 9/11, and 15 of the 19 hijackers from Saudi Arabia, why do we invade Afghanistan and Iraq?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Why aren't we, at least making some sanctions against Saudi Arabia that, cuts off people's heads, doesn't let women drive, So there's a lot. So Bernie Sanders, if he would, I was mentioning to him as he's getting in the car. I got a really good video of that. Just like I was standing next to you. It says signed at 1471. It'll discredit Bush. In one stroke, because Jeb Bush is kind of contributing to hiding with George Bush. I mean, covering up the financing of a crime like 9/11 is a crime.
Yeah.
It's obstruction of justice.
Yeah, that's right.
It's harboring terrorism, ironically. So we need to know what's in those 28 pages.
And the bill calls for that,
1471. Yeah, and also there's a website about it, 28pages.org. It should be front page news.
Yeah.
And whoever makes the front page news could win a Pulitzer Prize.
And then it becomes our story because we follow
make
the
it
front
your
page.
make it your story. Nobody else. I can't believe anybody's not covering
Are
it.
you going back to the hotel?
I can still take you. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I wanted to hang out with you.
Yeah, Senator Rand Paul, when he came through Fairfield, I asked him about the 28 pages. He said, "Oh yes, I'm about to introduce a bill." So Senator Rand Paul is the one who introduced the Senate Bill 1471. Okay. There's also a House Bill 14, which Massie, Stephen Lynch, and Walter Jones, I believe, are ahead of that. What is your name, please?
Suzanne Malveaux.
Suzanne Malveaux.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll watch for your article.
Okay.
The headline 28pages.org.
Okay, thank you.
This camera isn't on.
Yeah, we're still going to
Okay.
some
Great.
to do.
All right,
Okay.
keep up good work.
Thank you.
Speaking up the truth for the First Amendment. All right, bye.
Yeah.
Very good.